Hi, I'm Drew Wilkins, a futures and options broker with Daniels Trading, and today we're going to go over credit spreads, which is collecting premium with a defined risk. We're going to go over what exactly is a credit spread, the maximum risk associated with the trade, the maximum reward, and we'll go over an example to try and paint a clear picture on how it works. So what is a credit spread? A credit spread involves simultaneously selling and purchasing an option on the same underlying futures contract but at different strike prices. The option that you sell is going to be at a higher level or closer to the money than the option you purchase, resulting in a net credit for the trade. Options that are closer to the money have a higher premium associated with them than further away options. So since you're selling the option that is closer to the money, you're collecting more than what you're having to pay for the purchase option, and that results in a net credit in your account. So you might ask, well, why even purchase an option at all? Purchasing the option is vital to this trade because it's what gives you the defined risk. So now let's go over what is the maximum risk associated with the trade. Well, you figure out your max risk by taking the difference in the strike prices from the one you sold and the one you purchased, and you calculate that in terms of what it would be had you had a futures contract. And when you do that, you want to subtract what you collected for the spread, and thus that'll give you your maximum risk associated with the trade. And your maximum reward associated with the trade is what you collect. What the net collection is from when you initiated the trade is going to be your maximum reward. And keep in mind, you'll always want to add commissions and fees when figuring out your maximum risk and your maximum reward. So let's put all this together and go over a real quick example. So let's say that you've been doing some research on the crude oil market. You've taken a look at the fundamentals along with the technicals, and you believe that you don't think that the March crude oil market is going to go below 95. So currently it's trading at around 100. You're comfortable initiating a 95-90 credit spread. So what does that entail? So to do that, you would look at the 95 put. And we want to look at puts here because we have a bullish sentiment on the market. And selling a put is essentially kind of like a long position in the market. So we want to sell the 95 put. And right now, you can do that for around $2,500. And now conversely, since we're doing the 95-90 put spread, credit spread, we want to purchase the 90 put. And to purchase that right now, you can do it for around $1,250. So if you remember when we went over what the maximum reward associated with the trade is, you've got to take the difference from what you collected by selling the 95 put and then subtract what you had to pay for this 90 put. So your max reward is $1,250 minus commissions and fees. So now what's the maximum risk associated with the trade? Now if you remember, you've got to take the difference between the strike price you sold and then the one you purchased as they're determined in futures prices. So a $5 move in the crude oil market is equal to $5,000. Now that is not our maximum risk on the trade. If you remember, we've got to take what we collected on the trade away from this 5,000, and that'll give you your maximum risk. So minus 1,250, and that gives us a maximum risk of 3,750. So we figured out our maximum reward, which is the 1,250 minus commissions and fees, and our maximum risk is 3,750 plus commissions and fees. So when will these occur? Well, your maximum reward is going to occur when at option expiration, if March crude oil is trading above $95. Essentially, these options will both expire worthless and you'll be left with the entire premium collected in your account minus the commissions and fees. Now, when does the maximum reward or risk occur, Well, that also occurs at expiration. So if March futures are trading below 90 at option expiration, that's when you're going to have your maximum risk, which is the $3,750, including commissions and fees. So we took the time to go over what exactly is a credit spread, what is the maximum risk associated with the credit spread, the maximum reward, and an example. And one final thing I want to leave you with here before we close the video out is, as you'll notice, the risk and reward characteristics with the credit spread are far from what normal traders are used to that haven't ventured into credit spreads before. Typically traders are looking for at least a 2-to-1 risk to reward ratio, where they're looking to make 2 times more than they're risking on a trade. So that's one thing that a lot of traders find themselves having to become comfortable with, and over time it can help. And if you get comfortable with the risk and reward and where you think a market won't go, then credit spreads can be a great addition to your trading arsenal. If you'd like to learn more about option strategies, please take the time to register for the Futures and Options Strategy Guide that you'll find associated with this video. So thanks for taking the time to watch, and trade well.